whiskey down at Granddaddy's farm. Uncle John's in the backfield, Mary standing on the hill. I got the homesick blues. So many years have gone by since I left Granddaddy's farm. Farms down in Columbia County, a lot of the city people are coming up and buying the old farms and fixing them up, and puts people like me to work. And I think it's good for the economy, and I think it's good for the farms, for the old barns, because I watch the old barns kind of deteriorate in the above county where I came from, and just it's sad. You watch them just fall right through the roof, straight down, and they're fixing them up and keeping it all preserved down here, and they're still farming it. So. I got your coffee. I got the camera crew's coffee. I'm sorry you drink black. I got the creamer. I'm driving while talking, while drinking coffee, while hopefully not on the cell phone. But can you still drink coffee and drive at the same time? I don't know if that's been outlawed or not. But here we are. We're going to the next farm. Talk about agricultural and farming and just getting back to the basics. Hi Patty, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How long you been farming here, or how long?
Well, this is my husband's family's place, and they've been here for probably a little over 25 years.
Yep.
And mostly been dairy farming. And then my husband and I took it over in about 93, where we were the ones raising the cattle and milking the cows. And then we stopped dairy farming in 2005. And we've been raising beef since then, and we sell hay and sell corn. And but my father-in-law still lives here, and it's the cows aren't in the barn anymore. We have them outside, and they're grazing more grass-fed beef. And we still have one horse, and as you can see, a dog. Top of the roof. Oh boy.
But yeah, I knew that. But if it doesn't, if they say no, I'm still looking on the website. Yeah. You know?
Yep.
Patty, I'm curious about these machines here. They've always intrigued me since I was a little boy, where we grew up on, and we had a lot of farms around us. Could you tell us something about how this works here?
Well, it hooks up to the tractor. It's all run by hydraulic hoses, as opposed to some that run with engines hooked up. Sometimes they have an engine that you have, gas engine. This
okay.
One, we used to have one like that. We don't anymore. But the hay gets sucked up after it's mowed and raked, and gets sucked up through the chamber there.
Okay.
And then it makes the bale.
Okay.
Ties it.
Yep.
And then shoots it out. And at the same time, this is hooked up to a hay wagon.
Okay.
So it shoots the hay bales right into the hay wagon.
All right, so this is like, and then it shoots it right out of here.
Yes.
So this is like the old-time bales that what I grew up in, where we used to load the truck by hand. Unlike those big round bales, which you see, they almost look like a science fiction. What's the difference between those two?
Those there too.
Oh, you do have
yes,
those. Okay.
We do those. Those are more convenient.
Okay.
But not a lot of people. We deal with hay for horses mostly.
Okay.
And most of the horse people don't want round
Oh,
bales. They like
I didn't
the
know.
square bales. It's
Okay.
neater.
Yeah.
And it's easier to handle in and
Okay.
out of the stalls.
I see. Okay,
where
I
these
see.
are mostly outside.
So we're still going to always have these hay
hope so.
balers, because
I
I
hope
remember
so.
when I was growing up, and then I seen them. They don't make them anymore. I said, oh, that's shucks. You know, I wanted to always see the because I remember growing up with all that, and we used to throw them on the truck. So
You come
that's
back in
great.
the summer and we'll show you firsthand.
Well, maybe we'll help.
Okay. This actually has won a lot of
So the downsides of farming, and you have a lot of good sides about it, but then you have the downsides. Tell us a little bit about this, Patty.
Well, yeah, I think it's flat.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think it's seen its day.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you
and
do have
usually
flats?
that happens because we do haul wagons up and down the road,
Okay.
not just in the field. So
Yep.
what happens is they get worn through, and most of the time it's loaded when it happens. Yep.
Okay, so the
And,
weight of the hay
Yep.
just brings it right down.
But a
and
lot
just-
of times you can just kind of nurse it home and,
Yep. Yep.
not do anything about it. And obviously we didn't.
Yeah.
And we probably will when the
Yeah.
time comes in
So you got her.
the spring. So
Yep, but you made her home with
we
her.
made it home.
Yep.
Yep.
Good old hay wagon. Reminds me of the old dog getting old down on the front porch of Granddaddy's farm. So let's talk about this old girl here. I mean, this looks pretty complex, Patty. Could you tell us a little bit about how that operates and what it is and what it does?
Well, this is a hay vine, which cuts the hay.
Yep.
And I should say mows the hay.
Okay.
And it's got the cutter bar down.
Yep.
We have
I see it. Yep.
another type that is actually easier to use, but it's when it breaks,
It's done.
it's done.
Okay.
This is a lot simpler.
Yep. And that
And,
picks the hay, it cuts it and picks it right up and churns it through
Yep,
there.
and those are two rollers that actually squeeze the moisture out of the hay blade
Yeah.
or the grass blades, and then puts it in a line flat on the ground behind it.
Yep.
And then you let it sit, and then it has to be the machinery we saw earlier takes it and
Gotcha.
teds it, and
Okay.
fluffs it up, and then you rake it.
And then
you're
you
ready to
guys
bale.
sell to a lot of horse farms. You said
Yes.
with the hay,
Right.
the bales of hay.
Yep.
So that's how your productivity and you stay alive in Columbia County.
Yeah,
and,
we had to diversify a little bit once
Yep.
we, stopped milking cows. So we got into the beef and sell hay, sell corn. We bag up corn and sell
Wow.
it to a feed store in Connecticut.
Wow.
And we also sell bag shavings for bedding for animals. So we do a little bit of everything. Kind of had to decide to, go from one business to
Yeah.
a bunch of other little ones. and
survival
keep us
skills of
going.
farming.
Yeah. Tries to do covers all the seasons too.
Yeah.
We do firewood and just
Tell me about unloading the bales and what the process is on that.
You do it all by hand, you send them up an elevator, usually one by one, and the load is done.
Wow, that's a lot of. You're still hauling it though. You're still throwing it and chucking it like the old days.
Yep.
Do you have those hooks still? Do you guys still use them? I see.
You have them, but I don't use them.
Okay, so it's just gloves or
No.
no gloves.
Just hands.
So you guys are wow. Okay, I would be down to the bone. So and these true farmers here, Columbia County. Really, what time do you guys? I mean, are here in the morning? I mean, in other words, it's farmers' hours. What they say it is like early, late at night.
Most definitely.
Okay, so
And I work off the farm too, so
yeah,
he's here.
Yeah.
Here more than I am.
okay, so so early, like
Early until dark.
7, 6, something like that.
Lots of times over here till midnight.
Wow, those are long days. Loves labor, in your blood.
Yep.
I've been tipping my whiskey down at Granddaddy's farm. Uncle John's in the backfield, Mary standing on the hill. I got the homesick blues. So many years have gone by since I left Granddaddy's farm. Mary standing in the moonlight, looking so fine. Uncle John's in the old barn making a homemade wine. coffee out on the front porch of Granddaddy's farm. Porch of Granddaddy's farm. Buckshots in the birds, and then some to the rocking chair on Granddaddy's farm. All the hoodlums and the thieves know the law of the land down on Granddaddy's farm. Come back home late at night down an old Chatham road. Grandma cooking up the chicken on the front porch as a dog getting old. I got the homesick blues. I got my bottle of moonshine out on the front porch of Granddaddy's farm. How long you guys been farming? I'm Joe Adee. Do it again. Columbia County, Middle County, USA. Hello. Blues.